Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day. And today, the Philadelphia 76ers have fired head coach Doc Rivers and moving on from their head coach of 3 seasons after the 76ers lost in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals and have lost in his 3 seasons in the Eastern Conference in the Eastern Conference semifinals in the last 3 years. They lost to the Hawks in 7 or 6 games. They lost to the Heat in 5 or 6 games, and now they lost to the Celtics in 7. So the last 3 years, I think they lost in 7 because they had a 3-2. Yeah, they had a 3-2 lead over the Hawks, and the Hawks came back and lost. They lost in Game 7. Miami, I think they lost in 6. I'm pretty sure on that. And then the other day, they get blown out in Game 7 against Boston. As much as I will say, I think Doc made some poor coaching decisions in that game, and most likely they needed this was the right decision. But Boston played a really, really good game in Game 7. I think that fact is a little bit hidden away from when we're talking about, Doc Rivers, maybe losing his job. The matter of the fact is Boston showed up in Game 7. Philly really didn't. And Boston played amazing defense. They scored well. They shot well. They shot the ball from 3 amazing. Tatum was amazing. When they play like that, you cannot stop them. And James Harden struggled from we didn't see the James Harden from Game 1 or Game 4, and when something like that's going on, they were lucky they didn't lose by worse, in my opinion. But I still think that he should have been fired, even though. Boston, when they play like that, you can't beat them. And if you're going to play like the Sixers did, you're just going to get your ass kicked. So the Sixers head coaching candidates they have a lot of names that they're looking at for their head coaching search. So top guys: Mike Budenholzer, Sam Cassell, Mike D'Antoni, Nick Nurse, Frank Vogel, and Monty Williams. I think the top 2 guys are Monty Williams and Mike Budenholzer, who both guys have won Coach of the Year. I think Monty Williams would be the best fit for that Philly team, but I think Mike Budenholzer would be really well as well. I really think the only reason Mike D'Antoni is in the discussion, yes, he's a great coach, but I think that's kind of a tactic to maybe get James Harden back. James loves D'Antoni, and D'Antoni loves James. They had the amazing relationship when they were here in Houston together. I'm a Rockets fan. And when D'Antoni got fired by the Rockets, that's what set Harden off. And that's what ultimately, not winning championships is what, and not winning is what, first upset Harden. But then them moving on from D'Antoni just made it worse. And then you would see James request a trade, and then after James gets traded, James' ultimate favorite place. Yes, he wanted to play with Kyrie and KD, but also Mike D'Antoni was over there in Brooklyn as an assistant coach, and James also wanted to follow Mike D'Antoni. That was one of the other reasons he wanted to go to Brooklyn so bad. And so, yeah. But let's get into some of the other. I mean, Nick Nurse would be okay. I don't think it'd be that great, but it'd be fine. Frank Vogel, I don't think so. I think that's just someone they're going to interview. Sam Cassell, possibly. He's not an assistant for them. He might be an assistant for Philly. So maybe keeping in-house with Sam Cassell. But, I think they're going to do a heavy search, see who they like the most. They got, right there, that's, 6 names right there, and I'm sure they're going to interview a bunch of other guys, a bunch of other assistants. But I think they got a top 2 in Mike Budenholzer and Monty Williams, and I think most likely Monty Williams would be a great fit for Philly. If I think it's going to be a rundown between Milwaukee and Philly, whoever wants Monty Williams more, but I think both. I think Monty Williams would be a great fit for both Philly and Milwaukee, and we'll see which one Monty goes to. But yeah, you guys have your thoughts on the Sixers firing head coach Doc Rivers. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.